What's up everyone, Swillow here, and today we have a game overview for Fate Extella. Fate Extella is a Musa Warrior style game, similar to the Dynasty Warriors games. It's not made by Koei Tecmo, however, and even though there are Musa style games made by other developers besides Koei Tecmo, this one probably mimics the origins of Musa more than any other game that I've played, so you almost wouldn't be able to tell that it's not from Koei Tecmo if you didn't see that it is from another developer. Alright, so let's jump right into this. We have main story. Main story is the bulk of the game where you're going to see the story told from key characters' perspective. You have sub-story where all the other characters involved within the story will get the story told from their perspective, which is much shorter than the main story, but still all works together to give you the full experience. Free battle, where any mission you've beaten in main story or sub-story can be played freely with any character. Gallery, where you can view pictures, photos, and gallery stuff. Alright, so let's jump into main story. Pick our character, Saber Nero. Alright, so what you see here is a little scene. This game has a Kizuna system, relationship system. Basically, in between missions, you'll get the chance to answer little questions with your between the master and servant and get special scenes where you can build your relationship level, and that will help you expand on how many skills you can equip and such. So this is a fun little thing, both for building up your characters to become stronger in battle, and also for people that just like the little relationship elements of games. Here we have settings, Codecast, which is kind of like your equipment. It doesn't really affect anything besides your skill spread though. So if you look down here at the bottom left, you can see all the different skills that each of these pieces have. So I have like a D rank piece here, and it has heal on the right D-pad and change character on the left D-pad. If you see what I have equipped right now, I have offense up, resist thunder, moon drive, heal. So you pretty much just pick whatever Codecast you like, whether it's to help you get through the stage, stuff like resist thunder if the stage has a lot of thunder hazards and such, or just stuff that you like. Instant skill, these are basically just your abilities. This ranges from things like moving faster, attack up, experience up, etc. If you look at what's going on over here at the right, each of these are connected with the lines, and as you build your relationship system, more will unlock. Eventually, when you start this game, you can only equip one. And even though you can open up more nodes to unlock, they won't connect to get these bonus modifiers you're seeing here, where you see it says like 40%, 20%, and all that stuff. This is all something that opens up as you build your relationship. So by connecting the same color abilities, I can get these modifiers. If I throw like a red one in here, it will break the modifier. So as you can see right here, I no longer have a modifier. So you have to equip the same color abilities, and each ability kind of has a category. Like you can see yellow ones affect things like experience, drop rates, and different side elements. Blue ones are more defense oriented. Red ones are more offense oriented. So that's kind of how it works. As you build your relationship Kizuna level, you will open up more and be able to connect more for modifiers. Servant info, this just lets you see the relationship or Kizuna level of any of the characters that can participate that are like in this perspective of the story. Options, typical stuff, difficulty settings, camera settings, sound settings. You have your tutorials, that's going to teach you all the mechanics that you've learned throughout the game, plus let you see your moveset. As you can see here, the moveset list looks extremely similar to Koei Tecmo games. If you go down here, you see you have squares, squares, you have your square, triangle, triangles, and you have all your different branches. You have your air combos. Back in the main menu, you go to item craft, you have the craft system. Here is where you can make new code crafts. As you progress through the game, you'll get new code crafts to unlock, and you use a combination of money and materials you pick up throughout the battles to craft these. Disassemble, I've actually never did disassemble yet, but I'm assuming this just gives you money and materials. But like I said, I've never actually tried that. I don't see. Maybe you need it to craft more complicated code casts, but I haven't tried it yet. Closet is for alternate costumes that you'll unlock through story or DLC. And then let's go into battle and talk about the game mechanics. Hold on, first stage. You can choose your difficulty settings. You'll start with easy, normal, hard, and you can unlock very hard once you complete the main story. Alright, so we're opening the mission. We're gonna have little story scenes and dialogues. Alright, so game mechanics. Square button. Square button is gonna be your standard attack button. Nothing special in that regard. Triangle is gonna do your heavy attacks. You have heavy attacks like standing heavy attack, hold forward heavy attack, jump heavy attacks. You have jump light attacks as well. And then when you press triangle at different points of your string, like you press square, triangle, just like in a Warrior Musou game, you're going to get different strings. So square, square, triangle, square, 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 triangle. And like I was showing you earlier in the tutorial, you have the move sets so you can see how all your branches work. Each character has different ways they can branch their moves. Okay, so talking more about the battle mechanics, if you see on the right over here, you're going to see these little red icons. You see some that are already full and red and some that are like halfway full and some that are blanked out. The way areas work and how you're going to capture areas in this game is when they're fully red, that means the enemy has spawned on the field. So if you see right here, I have enemies spawn on the field. I just defeated one and he blacked out. The ones that are like half red or half pink actually, that means you have to defeat more enemies in the zone to fill that up. So let me just show you an example. As I defeat enemies, you can see it filling up there. And that's how capturing zones in this game works. You're going to defeat a lot of little enemies until the major captains spawn, and then you defeat them to clear the zone. And that's how the basic area system works. So back to the game mechanics. X is for jump. You can do a triple jump. Triangle, we already did triangle. L1 is your guard button. Guard is really good in this game. You can also guard cancel attacks, so cancel your attack animation early, go into guard. Our L2 is, that's kind of like your super mode. You have to fill up that meter. If you look above my health bar, the green bar, you see the slanted meter filling up with orange. That is my kind of super mode that once I fill up, I can press that L2 to go into. I also have an item equipped that will let me go into super mode. I will show that later though. R1 is your dash. Dash you can do as much as you want in the air or on the ground. Very handy. Dashing into enemies actually immobilizes them. So you can dash into enemies, mob a bunch up so that you can put them in a combo or something. So dash is really strong in this game. Whether it's dash canceling after an attack, or whether it's for mobility. It's very strong. Probably one of the best dash systems in a video game I've ever seen, to be honest. You also have jump cancels, and if you jump cancel an enemy you're attacking, it will lift them into the air with you. So you see there, you can just kind of jump to pull the enemies into the sky with you, which is pretty cool. A way to safely combo in the air instead of being on the ground. And you can also dash cancel in the air to continue air strings. So you have a lot of flexibility in how you can combo in this game. You can dash cancels on the ground, jump cancels, dash cancels in the air. It's a really, really flexible, fast-paced combo system. And you can kind of just do whatever you want freely. Alright, if you press circle, you're going to get this kind of maneuver where it's going to use the blue bar below you, and the more blue bar you have, the more attacks you can do. What this attack is really helpful for, not only for just dealing damage, but it also builds your combo counter really high. It builds up your meters quickly. It also kills a lot of enemies. So it's It's a really powerful attack to use not only for just damage, but for other elements like making items spawn from enemies you defeat and clearing rooms pretty fast. It's one of your strongest options that you're going to use very frequently, or I wouldn't say frequently, but you're going to use it. You're going to learn to use it in critical moments to help you get through stages a lot more effectively. Okay, so if you see in the top left, you can see the code casts. Those are my skills equipped. If I just press left or right or whatever direction on my D-pad, I can use those abilities. It's that straightforward. And then I will also show the super mode now since I have it full. Press L2. Depending on what character you play as, some characters actually have a transformation, like Saber Nero here has a transformation. Some characters just go into a powered up state where they get enhanced move properties, enhanced power and such. While you're in this mode, you're pretty much invincible. You can stagger other enemies that are in this mode, and like I said, your moveset changes dramatically. You also get a guard break on your circle. So when you press circle, that will break guard if an enemy's guarding. Your moveset also changes during the transformations. For other characters, it doesn't really change. They usually just get enhanced properties or enhanced power. But in the case of transformations, you get completely new movesets. Alright, so let's let this run out. That's pretty much it as far as the game mechanics. If you look at the bottom left, I'm not gonna really have time to show now. Actually, maybe I can. At the bottom left is your Phantasm attack, where you have to collect all the Phantasm pieces on the map to actually use the attack, which is a kind of interesting take on super moves. I guess this makes it so that you can't really spam it, so you kind of have to take the time to go out and collect all these pieces, and then once you get them, you have to use the attack somewhat strategically since you only have it once a fight. I can just press R2 now since I've collected all the pieces and use my attack. My noble, I believe they're called Noble Phantasm. So you get the cool cutscene. You're fully invincible upon activating this. It hits basically everything in the room. It deals pretty amazing damage. So it's basically it's a super move. I mean, considering you can only use it once a map, it's pretty strong, but maybe not as strong as you would think in some instances. But the scenes are pretty cool, so you know that alone makes it worth using. They're always worth throwing out. It's worth, in my opinion, it's worth trying to seek the pieces every map and using the move whether you want to clear a room faster, or if you want to beat like a boss quicker. Those are the two main ways you're going to use it, is for room clearing or boss killing. If you see in the top, in the middle, you can see as I'm capturing rooms, it's filling up more in my favor. In each mission, you have to fill this up to the full to make the boss spawn. And that's basically the flow of each mission, is running around capturing areas and stopping the enemies from capturing your areas so that you can fill it up. Once you fill up that hex, then the boss will spawn and you can complete the mission. And that's basically it. If you guys have any questions, just leave a comment. This game is coming out, I believe, January in English, and I highly suggest you pick it up if you're a Fate fan or a Musou fan. I've had a lot of fun playing it. It's kind of on the short side being a first installment, but it's a lot of fun to play. The gameplay is really fast paced, really enjoyable, a lot of cancels if you enjoy your cancels. A lot to be excited about when you're playing this game, so I highly suggest it. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment. Thank you for watching.